Hey, it's Miokka, and what I'm sketching right now is my character Mimi. I came up with her, I think, about a month ago when I started schoolism. I took Chris Pern's storyboarding class, obviously. The first week's assignment was you had to introduce yourself and answer the question, how did you get here? That's basically how she was born. I just started boarding and there she was. I added the ears to differentiate her more easily from the other characters because, well, it's a storyboard and it's pretty much only sketches. That's why. But now I find that they are a great medium to express her emotions. You see me sketching her a second time right now because I didn't like how the first time turned out, and somehow there was a little bit of story missing in the piece, which is pretty important. I heard this tip quite a lot, that you should add story to your pieces to make them more appealing to the viewer's eyes. I must agree that this piece isn't really full of story. It's just basically, my character feeding ducks, little birdies. I don't really know how you call those little chickens. One thing that I realized is that I really, really like drawing little birds. I don't know why. I just think they're my aesthetics. They're so cute and they're so expressive, kind of look clumsy. And you see that in the corner, the little avatar is also a little bird from another illustration, which I haven't recorded. I made this illustration last year. I wish I would have recorded it because I would like to replicate the style and I'm having trouble finding the style again. And to be honest, with this piece, I was really out of training. I think I haven't drawn digitally for 6 months or so before I started getting back into it and then switching out again. Like, I started to get back into it, but then I stopped. And when I look back, the illustrations that I like the most, I did them around a year ago, and I don't really know my workflow exactly anymore. I just know that I usually make a sketch, which you can see on the side here. I set it on multiply and it's on the top layer, and then underneath I color the sketch in, and the next step would be to merge them together and render. And well, that's basically it. I would just render until it looks finished. I'm It's kind of a tedious process because it takes a lot of patience, a long time. This particular illustration took me 5 hours from sketch to finish, and it wasn't even 5 hours on one day. It was actually spread out onto 2 days. On the first day, I made the sketch, and on the second day, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I'm putting on the flat colors and I am rendering it later on. I don't really have a color scheme for this character yet. She's so new and so, I don't know. I usually draw them over and over again until I realize which kind of traits I should keep and which kind of traits are more interchangeable. The sketching part took surprisingly long. Like, the sketching and the flat coloring usually doesn't take too long. Usually takes an hour and most, but with this illustration it took so long. I don't even know why. I just think I have to get more into my digital flow. I have to create more art. So, yeah, I think that's it. Just have to create more art. This video, I'm recording this voice recording on a Tuesday, and I'm uploading this video on a Tuesday, actually on a Wednesday, because it will probably upload after midnight. But I think Tuesday is a good day. I want to stick to Tuesday, and I want to be serious about YouTube from the start. I don't think I will upload any tutorials. I'm not really a person that is a good teacher. To be honest, I'm very impatient. That's probably also why I stopped working digitally, because it took so long to create those pieces. I just can't sit there and render for 4 hours, and I think I'm doing something wrong because I'm rendering for 4 hours. That's a long time, 4 hours. So I don't know. One goal of mine would be to be quicker. So at the end of the year, I want to finish such an illustration in 3 hours, maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours if I can. Just be quicker with the rendering, have a better idea of what I really want it to look like. Oh, right now I'm starting the rendering. So you can see that on the side I merged the layers, but in this case I actually copied the sketch and I copied the color and then I merged the copies. That is something I do when I'm feeling really insecure or when I'm feeling like I don't want to destroy anything. Then I'll just copy it and then merge those copies together, so I can always go back to the originals and start new from the beginning. It's actually quite nice to do that because sometimes I don't finish art and then I want to start really, really from the start again. It's very seldom that I go back on art and render it though. The painting techniques that I am using here, I only use, I think, two brushes, which is the watercolor brush and it's a round brush. Oh, and there for just a minute you could see I was looking back on art from last year because I really want to replicate the feeling that I had back then. I liked it so much, but it was so time consuming. So maybe if I just keep working one illustration per week or so, then I will become faster. Oh, another thing that I really want to work on is color, and specifically color keys and visual development and those pieces of art that capture little moments of a movie. I personally call them mood keys because they capture the mood quite well, but I think they're just visual development pieces. I really, really like those pieces because I don't know, it's storytelling and I like storytelling. Storytelling is nice. And I like to look at art and be able to imagine something. Oh man, I'm so sorry. The recording is so choppy and I don't really know why. Maybe my computer is just not good enough for this. But it has to do for right now. Sorry, I'm really sorry that it's so choppy. Oh, it's really hard to look at. Hmm. So yeah, render, render. And when you look at this image, you can basically already see how it will turn out in the end right now, because all you do is render and there's nothing more to it. I really like that I put a very light color and contrast to her hair for her headband and the bunny ears, because I don't want her to actually have bunny ears. As you can see on her face, she has a normal ear. She just has those bunny ears. She likes to wear them and nobody really ever mentions them, and that's basically it. She just wears those to be visually more appealing. I guess that's only it. To be also easier to differentiate and all of the other reasons that I already mentioned. The basket is one thing that I would change if I would go back to this piece, because I kind of liked how it looked in a sketch, but then when I rendered it, it really looked weird and bumpy. And to be honest, I haven't looked at any reference. I know it's like one guilty thing of artists not to use reference. Some do it because they think it's cheating. If you're an artist and you think reference is cheating, then please let me tell you that it's totally not. It's like you're in an exam and you don't know how to write a specific word, and there's a dictionary right in front of you. If you have the given means, just take the dictionary and look at it. Everybody else can as well, so it's not cheating because it's allowed and everybody can do it. That's my 2 cents on reference, but I am guilty. I usually don't use reference if I don't have to. And this piece, I didn't use any reference at all. I think maybe you can see that, especially specifically the basket is bothering me in that part. Just like the basket looks so unrealistic. I'm sorry, you're not supposed to point your flaws out, but this channel is mostly about growing, so I'm gonna be a little harsh on myself too. I really liked how the goose turned out. I like the pinkish color mixed with the creamy white, and I like the ducks in the picture and the little chickens. I know that they don't look perfect. They look really cartoonish and maybe out of style compared to her, but I really like them. I'm putting my signature basically everywhere because I don't know where to put it. And that's the finished piece. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!